and we are live with the one and only Marloes Coenen. How you doing?
I'm good. Yeah.
You know, I love talking to you. You have a very great energy. Why do you? Is that something that you practice just to stay positive, and or are you like this all the time? Is what I'm trying to say.
When I'm tired, I'm not. But yeah, I'm upbeat most of the time, unless you're my opponent.
Right. Yeah, as we saw on the stage there, man, things got pretty intense. Do you have any disdain towards Julia Budd?
No.
No? Okay, just business.
Yeah. No. I think I respect her. She's a professional fighter. She's the one who makes weight, so and you get my respect if you make weight. And she's already fighting for a long time. No, nothing than respect for Julia. I shook hands, so that shows me that I'm having respect.
There you go. So I want to talk to you a little bit about just kind of your career, like where when you started thinking about just fighting. Like what was the earliest moment where you're like, I want to be a fighter?
I never thought that.
Just
I'm old people. Don't forget about that. But when I started, it was self-defense. There was no MMA. There was no internet where people look them up and like, oh, I love Fedor, or like there was nothing like it. There were no female role models. But where I'm from the Netherlands, the term MMA wasn't there. It was called free fight.
Free fight?
Yeah, and so my first fight I had in 1998. It was an amateur fight, and then my first professional fight I had in 1999. It was in Japan, actually, my first fight.
Your first professional fight?
Yeah, and then within 2 weeks I had to go back again, and I won the tournament. I became a world champion for the first time in my life. And then even when I was back in the Netherlands, I still didn't see myself as a fighter. I was like, oh, I'm just lucky.
Right.
So it took me actually a couple of years after I won my first world title that I was confident enough to express that I was a fighter.
Wow. Did you? So you were fighting and you were like, okay, I'm not really a fighter, and then like a couple more times and you were like,
yeah.
I guess I'm a fighter now.
Yeah, it really was like that.
Well, so what was that change like when you became a champion? I'm assuming this was for Dream. No,
a remix.
2000. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in Japan, and what was it that you're like, all right, I'm going to take this serious, I'm going to make this a career? When was that for you?
Well, it was actually because I went to university and I just started studying arts and culture sciences. It was like the worst choice ever, but okay. And then I won the tournament, and I was like, okay, I'm going to make a lot of money in Japan, and let's go be like Peter Aas or Nesta Hoos in K1.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work out that well. But I gave up on my study, and I just tasted a little bit of the beautiful world of MMA, about the thrill of fighting, and I was addicted instantly.
Right. What's the most addicting part about fighting?
You live outside the normal life. I think that's what's the most. You get a thrill that you can never. I know people in the army, policemen and women, people who work with their bodies and put their body at risk. Those people know how we feel, and like fighters are to me just athletes. I'm just an athlete. When you're in the army, then you're a tough person.
Right.
When you are in the elite force of the police, then you're a tough person. I deeply respect those people, and those people, I think they love their job. They do it because they want to help society.
Right.
But I think I can imagine that there's also part of the thrill of it.
Right. Well, who are some people like in your career that kind of helped you get to the level that you're at now?
For stand-up, it was Lucien Carbin. He's a Thai boxing trainer from the Netherlands. He's trained like everyone, like Alice Overeem. He's trained Tyrone Spong, and many people like that. Martijn de Jong, he was for a long time my trainer.
Right.
Then we had Andy Jekyll. He was a wrestler who trained with us, and he passed away, but he taught me so much. And then, of course, Roemer has been me for so many years and training me for so many years, and I think I learned the most from him.
What's it like having your partner be also your trainer? Like, is it a little difficult? Like, do you guys ever get in arguments and you're like, you know what, let's settle this in the on the mats? Like, what's it like having your significant other be your trainer?
When like I don't know, 7 years back, it was different. I could give him like on training, you know. But then I grew up, and now when we're training, even if we do mitts in the morning and no one is there, I will ask him if I can have some water. I will ask for permission because he never asked me, but I want to show respect. So, outside of training, a lot of people ask me like, and if he doesn't do the dishes, will you fight? No, we never do.
That's never the case. 'Cause
No.
that's kind of it's assumed, you know. Like,
but I have to admit that he knows like. I don't want to dominate him. He has to dominate me. So sometimes when I'm getting too cocky and I'm like, oh yeah, I can have you, you know, like punching him. Then we start grappling and then he shows who's the boss.
Okay. Now that that's clear, you know, one of the things is you're fighting Julia Budd for the inaugural Women's Featherweight Championship, and this is a long time coming. You two were supposed to fight 3 times at this point. What's the feeling like? Finally going in tomorrow.
It has been such a long road, and I've been so ready for so many weeks already. It feels like the feeling is hard to put in words. The best thing I can describe it, I'm ready. I'm eager. I want to prove myself. I want to prove to the world that I'm a world champion. I still have what it takes to be on top of this game, and I have a great opponent. I don't want to have a walkover or a cookie. And I will be raw. I know she will be brilliant, and it will be tough. And I like it because then the taste of victory will be even sweeter.
Right. Julia is known for her just dominant physical strength. Have you been doing any more like weight training to, you know, get to a higher level of strength, or are you just staying to your own game?
I stay in my own game because I don't want to fight like her.
Okay, so one of her biggest wins comes from your fellow Netherlands or countrywoman. Jermaine de Randamie. Are you guys? Do you talk to her? I'm just assuming everybody in the Netherlands know each other.
I know her. She knows me. We've never spoken. Yeah, we spoke briefly in 2009, I guess it was. But she was still a Thai boxer.
Okay.
And I've always been an MMA fighter, so paths never crossed.
Okay. And you know, you were speaking earlier, like, hey, you never really had any idols growing up as far as MMA goes. Now, many girls will be able to have 2 idols from the Netherlands. Right? How does that feel being a proud Dutch? Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name, and it was escaping me, but you'd be considered.
If it ain't Dutch, it ain't much. No, I don't know actually, because I don't realize that. I'm not busy with stuff like that. And just one female fighter of the card just came up to me and said, I've been following you for so long, and it's such an honor. Can I get your picture? And I was like, to me, we're on the same level of fighting. Yeah. When you step into the cage, you got my respect, and it doesn't matter if you do it for 1,000 years or you're just starting. I mean, it takes a lot of courage to step into on a platform like that. So,
I remember when I first met you, it was a few years back. You may not know this, but you walk into a room and people are like, "Wow, like this is the Marloes Coenen." What kind of stamp would you say you have left on this sport?
I don't think I did, to be honest. No, it's not like being coy, I think it's wrong. I don't think so. But if I hope I can inspire people to follow their dreams.
Right.
And I hope I will be remembered as a real fighter. That's important to me.
It's Women's History Month here in America. And do you have any women that you've idolized growing up?
I'm not a person who was ever a fan of person, because I think everybody is the same, you know? Yeah. But I do have a lot of people who have inspired me, and it sounds a little bit weird, but my grandmother from my father's side, the Coenen grandmother, she was always a big inspiration to me. She was a very tough lady in World War II. She saved a lot of Jews. She was in the underground, and throughout her entire life, she was a bad mama.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. But she had the greatest heart ever, and she helped everyone. And those two things combined, she was very giving, and she is really my role model.
That's fantastic. Grandma Coenen, shout out to you. I'm going to give you the phone here, and if you could just scroll down and pick out some questions that you'd like to answer.
That's in Spanish, sorry.
Yeah,
my Spanish isn't that good.
Here, I'm going to give it to you, and then
you.
you could scroll down. Right here, like that.
Hello, Chile. Where do you go now? Sorry, people.
Yeah, so like use your thumb here.
Hi, Chesdek Jackson. Good to see you back in the spotlight. Hi, Byron. I hope I say your name right. Thank you, Chucky. Yes, I would love to fight Cyborg again, no doubt. Hello, Slovenia. Ciao, Gabriel. Please don't send questions in English.
Let's see what else they have.
There's a lot of Spanish.
Yeah, a lot of people want to see you fight Cyborg. What would a fight like that be like for you? Like would you need would you need it to be in Bellator?
Yeah, I will never leave Bellator.
There you go.
So,
Scott's been a good. You guys have a great relationship.
Yeah, we have. I've been. That's what the reason I signed with Bellator was Scott, of course, because when I was in Strikeforce, Scott is if I'm correct, an 8th degree black belt in Taekwondo. He understands fighters, and you really feel the difference. When I was fighting in Strikeforce, the atmosphere was always really like family-like, and I know I shouldn't care about that.
No,
I just come in and should do my job, right? But it's really nice if you're in a family environment. And with Bellator, it's the same thing again. So I'm really happy to fight here.
Robert Twitch Kelly is asking, favorite movie?
Yeah, there are a lot, but at the moment it's The Revenant.
It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah,
that bear, though. Yeah. First female, okay. Which fighter do you idolize?
There are a few. There's Ramon Dekkers. He's a very famous Thai boxer who passed away a few years back. I love Nick Diaz, his mentality.
Oh, he's the man.
I love, the English fighter who'll be fighting very soon.
Michael Bisping.
No, from Bellator.
Oh.
Semtex.
Sorry, Paul Daly. Paul Daly, of course.
I love his style. So there are many fighters that I really like.
You like big fighters, right? Not big, like just the guys who go out there and fight.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lot like you. Favorite fight, okay. All right. Well, tomorrow night, you're going to be fighting Julia Budd live and free on Spike. But before that, where can we find you on social media?
I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook.
There you go.
So please follow me.
At Marloes Coenen, guys. She'll get back to you, I promise. You're the best.
Thank you so much for having me.